and welcome to Video Gorepress.
I mean, kind of Radio Gorepress as well, because some people will just be listening.
This is true.
Oh, so true. Hi, patrons. I hope you're all doing really well. This is what we consider to be the best compromise that we can come to with getting us all together to give you some mini-sode exclusive content. Obviously, we are all in different houses because we are under isolation. But hopefully we've got the hardware down now.
We'll find out.
This has been like a few days in the making.
There's been some stress. There's been a couple of meltdowns.
A little bit of stress.
All on my end.
So we're gonna do much the same format as normal for our sort of mini-sode and talk about what we've been up to recently, what we've seen recently, any games or films that we've seen, and just kind of what we've been doing whilst we've been in isolation, really, because we got nothing.
I think it's probably worth noting that we are going to also roll this out to non-patrons at some point, but you guys will get early access, I guess.
Yeah, for like,
and then we'll roll it out as an apology for no content for a month to everybody else.
But it's good now that we know that this works. Hopefully we'll be able to actually record maybe a full show in this format and then go from there, because I think it'd be quite cool to keep it going for all the time that we can't be together. So
yeah. And like selfishly, I get to see your faces.
Ah, you pretty baby.
It's been very weird.
Right. So,
and obviously
how
you
is
guys.
Everybody?
I was gonna say, feedback would be great. If you guys are happy with this layout, then if there's anything we could improve, let us know. Because obviously, if we're rolling it out for the full episodes, we would need to know what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill, how you doing?
I am good. I'm in my pajamas, which I don't think I've ever done. I recorded an episode in my pajamas before.
You've never been in your pajamas?
I've been in my pajamas before.
They don't look like pajamas.
Well, it's a hoodie with pajama trousers.
So you're half pajama.
It's a hoodie with pajama trousers. Is it like an all-in-one job?
God, don't put that in my head.
The weirdest kigurumi ever.
Has it got a bum flap?
No.
Ew.
Definitely not.
Immediately regret that visual.
You are isolating with your parents currently, aren't you?
Yeah.
And your lovely girlfriend and daughter. How are you finding it?
Kind of okay so far. It's a bit odd because obviously I know I'm better off than a lot of people because I have kind of people around. It actually feels kind of normal, apart from the fact that we can't nip to Tesco or whatever just whenever we want to. By and large, it's kind of much the same as what we would be doing anyway. So it's kind of cool.
Nothing. A big fat load of nothing.
Basically.
Is it just like an extended Christmas holiday?
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Watching loads of films. Drinking loads of alcohol. It's amazing.
Genuinely.
Oh, I have.
I've been doing the alcohol part. The film watching, not so much though, because like all I've seen in the horror community are people going, "Finally, now is the time to like plow through my to watch pile," and I'm just like, "Nah, I'm not going to turn the telly on today." Productivity.
I can't concentrate on anything. I can't.
No, that too.
I'm bad at it at the best of times, but at the moment, sitting in front of a screen for an hour and a half is like.
So here we are sitting in front of a screen for an hour and a half.
An hour and a half? I didn't commit to that.
We'll see, I guess.
Philip, no.
So we're committed now.
How are you getting on?
I'm all right. I'm doing surprisingly well, actually.
Really changed for you, really.
Well, I'm still working. I'm still going into work every day because Matt and I have a private office. So we don't come into contact with anybody anyway. We go in, we do the orders, we take them to an unmanned drop-off point at the sorting office. So we don't need to see or speak to another human, which is fucking great. It's kind of awesome. So nothing's really changed. And it's nice because we obviously share a house as well. And his girlfriend has kind of been self-isolating with us. So I have a bit of social interaction to keep me sane.
Yeah.
But also...
And of course you've got the babies.
The kitties,
the kitty cats.
they're being like insanely needy, more so than usual.
Right? It's like they've got used to everyone being at home and now they won't fuck off.
Genuinely, you know how needy my cats are on a good day?
Yeah.
Because I worked from home for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're primed for it. They're just going to get used to this. And it's just going to get even worse.
It's going to be an absolute ball ache when people start going back to work and leaving their pets alone all day.
Oh, yeah, and they've all developed, like, complexes and can't be away from you.
Yeah,
Nightmare.
Thankfully, Forks already had a separation anxiety. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that coupled with the fact that I did work from home for a decade, I think I'm sort of more geared for this than a lot of people. I think my mental health hasn't taken too much of a battering so far. Touch wood.
I think you've always been really good at like spending time by yourself as well, sort of
Hell yeah,
getting
I'm awesome.
along with yourself.
You can go off, people.
As if you would.
Don't test me, Baker.
Not a lot's. I'd say not a lot's changed for me. Actually, I had no idea how much I went out until I couldn't go out anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get out a lot because I'm a sad person. But I would have like specific things that I went out and did. So like our coffee dates or like playing D&D or spending Wednesdays with my mum.
Going for coffee.
I know. And just all of these like little bits that got me out of the house. Suddenly realizing that I can't do that.
Yeah. Do you keep having moments where you're just like, I will never again take for granted any human contact?
Like, just give me someone a hug. Yeah. I'm here by myself, so I can't hug anyone, even if I wanted to and wanted to flout the rules. Like, there's no one here. I can't hug them. Forks, if he knows that I'm getting emotional about being alone, he will just nope the fuck out of the room. He has zero interest in comforting me. Worst emotional support animal ever.
Aww. Yeah. I mean, I say, like, I live with somebody, but he's considered high risk, so under normal circumstances, really under normal, like, I'm a really tactile person. I, like, thrive on hugs and human contact. So under normal circumstances, I'd be sort of at work, like, nah, can I have a hug? And I can't ask him. I can't ask him that at the moment. We were gaming the other night, and I literally went to high-five him, and he demolition manned me. I got there. Like, oh, cool. We're taking it that far, are we?
That's what we're doing now. Yeah. Mime robbing. I remember seeing that clip. You sent that to me. That made me laugh.
The good old demolition man high five.
But yeah, I mean, other than like the physical contact with somebody else, or like actually having a conversation with somebody in meat space. Like
meat space.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. What? Meat space is a thing.
I've never heard it, but I love and hate it at the same time.
As in MEAT.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I presume it's not like meat space, as in, you know, oh, look, there's some space, I want to go meet it.
Meet people.
No. It's meat space as in like hunk of meat space. Like
meat cubes, right?
Yeah, that's what we are, really. A meat popsicle. So
just make humans sound really unappealing, as if they weren't already awful.
We're bags of meat with electricity in us.
Quit it. That sounds even worse. You know how little I am.
Are you surprised that I have anxiety when that's how I see people?
Don't spread it. Don't share that love.
It is a gift.
No. Take it back. Don't want
it. So in terms of stuff we've been doing or stuff we've been watching and stuff, I have kind of made a concerted effort to not turn my TV on.
Yeah.
I've been trying to like fill my days, be a bit more productive. I've been doing a lot of art and stuff. But in terms of actually seeing stuff, watching films, like what have you guys seen? What have you been up to?
Well,
Interesting.
You know what's coming. So obviously, I don't even know if it was the last time we recorded a mini-sode, but I believe we discussed me giving Scott Pilgrim another chance, because obviously you guys already know that Phil, I mean, did you give it 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10?
Something like
Was
that.
it 10
Maybe
out of
10.
10?
Phil.
I think it might have been like a
movie.
perfect score.
Oh, I don't know if it's a 10.
I think it was a 10. I watched it again. The first time I watched it, I hated Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I hated him.
Yeah, he's a horrible, horrible person.
The second time I watched it, the other week, I don't hate Scott. I hate everyone. Apart from
Fair
Kim.
enough.
Kim can stay.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, man, I don't get it. I got a kick out of some of it. It's just like, oh, I've been there. Just made me miss Toronto, but yeah, I don't know. And I'm a
Just
fan of Edgar
everyone
Wright
is
and comic
thoroughly
books
hateable.
and gaming. It like ticks all of the boxes, and yet I don't get it. I tried.
That's all
didn't hate
anyone
it.
can ask for. I mean, it's fine. You're allowed to think whatever you want to
I
think.
know, but I like.
I'm not taking it personally.
Phil, do you have a rebuttal?
I mean, I like it.
Can't argue with that, really.
I think to me, it's like, I mean, I think I went into it last time.
Probably.
Less of that. Just the kind of creativity that goes into it, the kind of conscious decisions that Edgar Wright has made to kind of utilize filmmaking, the whole filmmaking process as much as he can. Like, it's so fun to watch for that purpose alone.
And I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I
feel like I really enjoyed it when I first watched it, and just I don't think it's aged very well.
Okay.
Actually, that didn't bother me.
It makes me feel a little bit, because I've seen it like not in very recent memory, but I've seen it more recently, and it kind of, I don't know, it just felt like really dated and like something that I was super, super into when it first came out, and now rewatching it, I'm like, nah, bit cringy. But
I feel like that's just going to get worse, though, isn't it? Like it is a product of its time, and it's just going to continue to age poorly, I think. It's weird seeing Captain America and Captain Marvel, though, in very different roles. Yeah, it's a really good cast. Can't fault that.
Yeah.
So good point, Sam Bad.
Yeah.
Phil, I understand you have been having a veritable lollapalooza of film watching.
I need to consult my list now. I watched, rewatched Zombieland.
You watched the sequel, didn't you?
Prepping for watching Double Tap, because that's on Amazon Prime now.
Any good?
Now all the cinemas are closed. Amazon have uploaded a bunch of like new releases to it. Yeah, really loved it.
Okay.
I think it's perhaps a little less cohesive as a film than the first, but I think I found it funnier, which was quite interesting. I mean, it's hard to know, because obviously the first one was released, probably like 10 years ago or something like that.
Don't.
And I'm going to look it up now, but 2009. So yeah, 11 years ago.
No.
But so it's kind of hard to remember how funny I found it when I first watched it. But yeah, it was the sequel's really enjoyable.
That's good to know. I'm always a little bit concerned when sequels come that far after the original, and it can seem a bit like they're just trying to cash in.
Well, are they all like 10 years older as well?
Well, yeah, they'd have to be, Rosie.
I wasn't going to say anything.
The film's not set 10 years into the future, is it?
It's
10 years later, not 10 years into the future. They don't have hoverboards.
Unfortunately not.
No, because all the scientists died.
I want to say
Who
it's
would have
like...
made them? It's
can't
an
remember-
apocalypse, Rosie. What do you think happens?
I kind of hate the fact that we're all on video now because it means all the stupid faces that I put.
No escaping from it now.
Sorry, Phil, you were saying.
No, I don't think it's set immediately after the first one. There is a bit of a couple of years difference. I can't remember whether it's 10 years or a bit shorter, but I think there is a time
a couple of years is less than 10.
This is true. You are correct.
That's how
in that
numbers
statement.
work.
I'm good at maths.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What else you seen?
Well, have you seen anything you want to talk about? Anything at all?
No, I literally said I haven't turned my TV on.
Just checking. Just checking.
I don't.
Although tonight I might start watching Tiger King.
Oh, do it. Oh my God. Stop what you're doing and go and do it now. We can carry this on without you. You have to watch
I'm
it.
thinking about, doing it, like watching that while I eat my dins.
I have so many memes I can send you.
Jay has just been sending me memes all day anyway, and then going, "You will understand this when you watch Tiger King."
That's the wrong way around.
I
Save
know,
the memes.
but he can't help himself. Bless him. He gets so excited
I have a
about
really
it.
hyper-specific meme that you'll definitely get, but most people won't. I'm very excited.
Nate.
So, what have I watched?
I'm pretty excited about it. It's meant to be a bit of a wild ride, I have heard.
You could say that.
Interesting.
I've actually watched a bunch looking at my list. We haven't recorded in a really long time.
It's been a while.
Sorry.
Huh?
Go on, what you got?
So I'm trying to talk about the most notable ones. Oh, I watched Bliss.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Tell me about Bliss.
It is, how to describe it? It's like if
It's a film.
it's definitely a film.
Think about that.
We can add visual gags now. It's a vampire movie, but it's like bathed in neon. It looks incredible. It's like Joe, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Joe Begos, I don't know.
Beagles.
But let's go with that. Cool.
Joe Beagle.
I feel like he's definitely inspired by people like Gaspar Noé and like Nicholas Winding Refn. It just looks spectacular. And Dora Madison is
in a
great.
kind of like neon demon way.
Very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks really cool, and it's got an awesome soundtrack, and it's just like really nihilistic and like punchy, and there were moments that kind of made me go, I'd have loved this when I was 19, but it didn't tip too far into like immaturity that I didn't enjoy it now.
Okay.
Like, I would buy
Do you
it
think
and
it would
watch
have
it
been
again.
quite formative if you'd watched it when you were like 19?
Oh God,
18?
yeah, that would have been a favourite, 100%. And I'm really excited about VFW as well, which is his next movie that I think is coming
I've heard
out.
Lots of good things about that.
I think it's out here this month, and it just gives me such like an Attack on Precinct 13 vibe, but with William Sadler. Very exciting. And what's his name from The Warriors? There,
That one.
that one. With the bottles, you know. That guy.
I thought that was international sign language for crap.
That would be this. God, do I have to explain everything?
Giving it all of that.
Maybe little pinch?
Oh no, I want to pinch.
No pinch, no pinch.
We're just adding visual in jokes into the podcast now.
Why not? But yeah,
Not pinch, not
100%,
pinch.
100% would recommend that. I think you guys would enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Rosie and
It
Phil.
sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the ending is like Oh, so that happened. And that's as much as
and then you're like, huh.
Yeah. Like it's got elements of like the Devil's Candy mixed with the Hunger. Like if the Devil's Candy and the Hunger had had a baby and it had been raised by Gaspar Noé. That's the best way I can describe it.
But I mean, that's definitely a mix.
Innit? 10 out of 10 would recommend. No, 10 out of 10. That's too high. That's Scott Pilgrim scoring.
Well, indeed.
Do you know
What did I Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, like, when we're obviously Gorepress, God rest its soul.
God
when we
rest its soul.
Oh, Jesus.
When we used to write reviews all the time, I think the only thing I ever gave 10 stars to was The Thing. Like 10 stars to me is like perfect filmmaking.
I did. Well, this is the thing, and I did check to see whether that was just me being a fanboy. But Empire gave it 5 out of 5.
Oh, well, if
like there were perfect scores. Like, just saying.
Well, if you like it so much, why don't you fucking marry it?
I might do.
I'm going to tell Monica you said that. You're such a nog. What else have you watched, Pip?
I watched The Invisible Man.
Ooh.
But did you?
I mean, I thought I did. It was could just be a lot of like empty scenes.
Well, there were a lot of empty scenes. That was the point. You were supposed to, like...
You watched everyone but The Invisible Man.
I don't know how to follow that.
I mean, I've got nothing. You're quite right.
But yeah, it was really good. Was Lee Wannell, wasn't it? I think who directed it. Wannell?
I always say Lee Wannell, but I really like how you pronounce it. Wannell.
Like a flannel.
That's his name now.
Lee Wannell.
Wannell.
That guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Saying what? Weird.
Like you were being Jonathan Ross. Lee Wannell. You were saying, sorry.
No, it's really good. Really good.
Oh, right.
Elizabeth Moss was great, as always.
Isn't she?
She's amazing. We've talked about her before, though, how she's just like such a brilliant visual actress as well.
And also, this is going to sound like shade, and I absolutely do not mean it as such. She's obviously a very attractive woman, but she's not that homogenized Hollywood attractive. And
she's not like traditionally American attractive. Yeah.
But I would much rather look at her actually emoting without a Botoxed face than like all of these other scream queens that we've had like all through the 90s and the 2000s. Like I want to see people like take us back to the 80s when people looked like people.
Yeah.
I love that.
And they weren't just waxwork figures of people.
Yeah. More of that, please.
No, she's got such striking features and she uses the fact that she's not like traditionally conventionally beautiful to her advantage, I think, with her acting career as well. I think it means that she gets a lot more interesting roles as well.
But I think it's really nice to see as well, because the sort of roles she picks, she often looks like hell. And I love actors that just completely discard vanity and go all in.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
She clearly loves what she does, and it shows. Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I'm all about that kind of passion. So, Invisible Man, yes, good.
And I think hopefully there's a couple of films now. I don't know if it's like a legitimate trend, but certainly with this and like the Marvel movies as well, there seems to be quite a push towards letting directors have more control over their own movies. Like obviously with Taika Waititi and Marvel, and because obviously like they tried to reboot this whole like dark universe thing with The Mummy where Universal kind of brought back all their old monsters, and it was terrible. And obviously,
I'm so glad they abandoned that.
Yeah, well, it's hopefully it's a film showing that maybe studios are having less. They're keeping their sort of hands out of it a bit more and giving directors more autonomy.
Well, I think it really bodes well that obviously because The Invisible Man was like at the top of the cinema charts, I think worldwide at one point. So Jason Blum has kind of put his money where his mouth is and given Whannell. They've like given, like, Blumhouse has given him a 10-year contract to do what he wants. Like whatever project he wants to make in the next 10 years, they will financially back him no matter what it is. And I think that's really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. That is like an advance on writing a book, isn't it? Yeah. Basically, just 10 years. Make what you want. We'll pay for it. It'll be fine.
And I think Whannell has made some really bloody interesting decisions, like not just in directing, but writing as well. So I can see why they've got faith in him, but because he's got such a diverse like resume at the moment, I'm really intrigued to see where he goes next. Like going from Upgrade to The Invisible Man.
I was about to say
there's obviously some crossover.
Invisible Man are so kind of separate as
If he could just make Upgrade 10 times over the next 10 years, like, I'd be totally okay with that.
Do you actually want to see Upgrade 10 times over, or do you just want to see films with Logan Marshall Green in? that thing. I thought so. Or both.
Stepping away from Whannell, but still maintaining our sights on the cinema at the moment. The Hunt. I think is a massive, massive shame because apparently it's flopped massively, obviously, because it got released at the cinema just before everything went into lockdown.
Well, it's an interesting one because I'd never heard of it until all of the bad press, because it was shelved for a long time because of whatever was going on politically in the States at the time, and a lot of people saw it as like,
we said, didn't we, there was like glamorizing
gun violence and like political dissent, and there were a lot of people that were just like, oh no, up with this, we will not put and so they were kind of forced to shelve it. And then is that Blumhouse as well? I think it might be. I think that's Jason Blum as well. I think it was.
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah.
But...
So it was shelved for a long while, and there was a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Controversy surrounding it. But I think he was quoted as saying,
Jason Blum.
Yeah, I thought so. I think he was quoted as sort of saying that they sat tight, but actually they were pushing for a release now, and it was going to be a completely unedited, unchanged version. And that people had massively overreacted and they'd be surprised when they finally saw it. So, yeah, it's a real shame because it looks really fun.
Well, the first trailers that they released, I kind of agree that they did make it look like hunting people for sport pretty much all the way through. Yeah. And it was a bit glamorizing. Yeah. But then they released another trailer which went further into the storyline with the mysterious woman.
Oh, Betty Gilpin's
who comes
character.
From a mysterious background.
Yeah, she's fantastic in Glow as well.
And takes shit into her own hands. Yeah, no, I fucking love her in Glow. And it took ages for me to make that link between the
without
two
the
as
big
well.
Hair.
I was like, I know her from somewhere without all the spandex. But I think the film actually stands to be a much better film than
it looked like it was going to be. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I think actually it'd be much more enjoyable and a bit more cerebral than it gives itself credit for. And I think that's a massive shame because just it's flopped so hard and it's purely awful timing.
I mean, it could well be one of those things where it has a kind of, I don't know, renaissance on VOD, DVD, like
I kind of hoped that everyone would be like, it's a pandemic film.
But the way we're consuming films is constantly evolving anyway, with so much stuff going direct to Netflix, direct to Hulu, direct to video on demand. I think there is going to be a way for them to pull some of it back, perhaps.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
I mean, the problem is, I was going to watch it. I was going to go to the cinema, but the cinema that I go to generally in Thanet is a £5 a time.
Yeah.
Which is a lot less than £16 on Amazon. Like, if I'd caught it on I think when they first went up, they were £10. And then when I finally went to check it, I was like, $59. Sorry. So I'm not going to justify that on a single rental, but when it comes down in price, I will for sure.
Yeah,
because
so hopefully they'll see some kind of resurgence.
Yeah, I mean, I, like many people, will still want to support the movie industry in whatever way we can, but just not at £16 a time. That's cursing prices.
It's not like you don't want to support them at £16 a time. It's that you just legitimately can't afford to. Help me, I'm poor.
It's eating too far into the wine budget currently.
I obviously haven't been watching anything. I never watch anything. To the point where Jay is absolutely convinced that I actually hate television and that
it's starting to feel like
podcast is a complete farce. I just because I've never seen anything. Like, I'll watch a film like in order to talk about it, I suppose. Like, I'll deign to do that.
Did you watch any of Altered Carbon season 2?
Not yet.
Rosie!
I know, and I love it. This is
and
what
the anime's gone on as well. There's an animated film.
I love Altered Carbon.
Not that much, obviously.
I love Altered Carbon. I do, and I love The Expanse as well. So down with The Expanse. I ask
you this every time. Was The Expanse Thomas Jane and a trilby? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, thank you.
Yeah. It's got the Rocinante. The ship's called the Rocinante. It's like gritty space cowboys.
Oh, no. No, thank you.
Okay.
I like Firefly. Okay. That's the extent of my space western knowledge.
Oh, that's cute, fluffy space cowboys. Yeah. I love The Expanse. I haven't been able to see the 3rd season of that because that's on Amazon Prime, which I do not have.
Did that get cancelled and picked up somewhere else?
No, it got moved to Prime.
Right, okay.
Prime bought it because it was on Netflix and then it moved to Prime. Altered Carbon, loved it, have read the books, have not got round to turning my TV on. Stop doing the judgy face. I fucking know that face. Stop it. And it's become a bit of an insurmountable task because if I want to watch anything, I have to turn on my PS4. And if I turn on my PS4, then I know I've got to update it.
Oh, you'll be there for days.
And I have to, and I can't turn it on until I've charged the controller. So I need to decide 12 hours before I want to watch anything.
Just burn it all to the ground and buy a new one. It'll be easier.
Just nuke it into fucking orbit at this point.
Yeet it out your back window as far as you can.
You just mage hand it into the void. Yeah, I'm not.
Nerd. I get that reference.
Yes. In news that will shock. I get it too. Fuck off. You don't have some little in joke that I don't get. How dare you?
Because you've been looking them up.
Sarah secretly plays D&D. Pass it on.
Don't spread that far and wide.
Oh, what a secret. I hate it. I have loads of stuff that I want to watch and I just haven't. Season 2 of Dark, I got so into Dark for the first season. Haven't watched season 2 yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
The last season of Orange is the New Black, I still haven't seen.
Don't.
Like,
waste of time.
So much stuff.
There's YouTube roundup videos that tell you what happened to all the characters.
I tell you what I will turn the TV on for. Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, of course you will.
Hell no.
Every time. Did Orange is the New Black go in the same sort of way as like all other of Genji Kohan's TV shows?
Very much so. It's really strong first 3 seasons, then just steady decline.
What else did Genji Kohan do?
Weeds.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if Weeds was, because that was awesome, and then went just so bad.
Yeah, it was all the Deus Ex Machina crap that they did to keep the original cast in. Like, oh, you followed them to Mexico. What are the chances? Just didn't make any sense.
I want somebody to make a show like Pushing Daisies again.
Do you just want more Pushing Daisies?
I want a season 3 of Pushing Daisies, yeah.
I've loved everything that Brian Fuller has done that I've seen, and it all gets cancelled.
Dead Like Me.
Love Dead Like Me and Wonderfuls. Everything he does gets cancelled prematurely.
I don't understand.
No, don't get it.
I don't get it at all, because he is such a wonderful, like, dreamscape director.
There's like...
And he creates worlds.
They're all kind of like... They're really dark, but also
But
they look really like bright and bubblegum and whimsical and...
Yeah, like whimsical and high contrast.
And that weird dichotomy works so goddamn well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm all about it. I totally fucking love it. But
yeah,
that's what I want. That's why I want to see more. But yeah, I've been plowing myself into art rather than.
You've been
watching
really
stuff.
prolific, haven't you?
I have. I've been getting on board with my lino cutting, which has been super exciting.
Oh, you're trying to name it. With a view to sell.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Which
yeah. So I put a question out on my Instagram, asking what I should name my IG account for
yes,
my lino cuts, because I want to put it into a new account. It seems pretty silly to do it any other way.
We've come to expect pictures of your cat and your face. So
pretty much. So I asked the question, what should I call my IG account? And I've had some answers. And I've just read them. I'm going to start with the first one. So Rupert, Mr. _ Rupert Bear, responded to your question sticker. Satsuma laser cat prints or the Candy Floss Baker print works?
Why? What? Why Satsuma? What's the relevance?
I've got a Satsuma cat.
Oh, because he's ginger. I see.
Because he's ginger. Sugar and Vice responded to your question sticker.
I've had a weird day. Leave me alone.
Burt Reynolds moustache prints. It'll confuse people.
Oh no, I just snorted.
My friend James responded with authentic Burmese bongos. I don't know. I
would vastly prefer the name inauthentic Burmese bongos.
Last X Rights responded with lino duty.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
I bet he's got kids. That's a dad joke and a half, isn't it? And literal Pipkin. One was Lino the Times.
Well, I mean,
Sino the Times. Lino.
You're a literal dad now, so you.
Yep.
I mean, the dad jokes are part and parcel,
Lino
right?
Duty. Lino Duty was better than that.
Literal Dad Pipkin also responded with the artist formerly Lino Prince.
I don't know why I kind of love that.
The artist formerly Lino Prince, and then my logo could just be a squiggle.
Yeah.
The Slino cut.
Ah, that was the latest thing that we got removed from Etsy. We're not allowed to sell Prince symbol earrings, apparently.
Oh, really?
That's my latest cease and desist.
Awkward.
War off a duck's back at this point.
I'm gonna show these guys my my latest print.
You should. It's
As
bomb.
You've seen it, Jay's seen it, nobody else has seen it.
I think
Oh,
our
Sophie's
audience would fucking love it.
Love it.
I know it's backwards.
Not for
It's
me.
mirrored, isn't it?
No, I can see that the right way around.
Oh, neat. Okay. But yeah, that's awkward. Yeah, that was my latest cut, and I'm very proud of it.
You should
And
be.
when all of this nonsense is over, I am going to open an Etsy shop or a New Monday shop, depending on like what works better.
I would suggest Etsy. They're the devil, but the audience is right there. Since
Either
Etsy
way,
became publicly
I'm gonna be
traded.
filling prints. What I'm also planning on doing is maybe a giveaway of a Radio Gorepress print, maybe,
Ooh.
or maybe something for our patrons, maybe.
Ooh. Oh, that would be lovely. Ooh. Like an extra tier, you mean? This is a private discussion.
Yeah,
This is
we're
wrong-
talking
wrong
directly
time
to our
and place.
patrons right now.
Hi, patrons.
Hello.
I might make you some shit. But yeah, I think we've managed to spend 40 minutes just discussing what we've been up to over the past few weeks.
Mate, I've got so much that I've watched I haven't talked about.
Do you wanna?
Nah, no. I watched Come to Daddy. I want to talk about that briefly.
Ooh, it's as mental as I thought it was going to be.
It's really weird. It's real weird. Which appeals, obviously.
And Elijah Wood.
I love him. I love Elijah Wood. I want to be his bud. I want to be buds with him.
Have you seen him in Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yeah.
Like, that made me want to be his mate.
He's just like, I mean, constantly stoned, I imagine.
He's very odd.
Yeah, I love it. I have so much time for it.
Just a very odd man.
I mean, I love him for several reasons, but obviously we've talked about it a bunch. He loves horror. He knows horror. He has a co-production company that funds largely horror and genre projects. And he just picks really interesting stuff. He could have done whatever he wanted after Lord of the Rings. And he went in such an interesting direction, and I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Like, who could
He
have
went, now I've
predicted?
made my money. I can do all this awesome stuff.
Could just zip around on a scooter and get high all the time. But yeah, like he could have had his pick. I can't imagine anybody could have predicted that the same guy that played Frodo would then go on to be the lead role in the Maniac remake.
Right?
Because that's like,
Which I still really
dark.
want to see.
You again would love it, I'm sure.
You know my style well now.
I do. One of my favourite remakes, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was one of those films where the original was just obscure enough and just low budget and kind of shitty enough that it like warranted a remake.
It was like prime for a remake.
Yeah, like I don't understand films like, as much as I love like Platinum Dunes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, we didn't need it. The original's great. It's seminal.
Yeah.
But I think there are films out there that are ripe for remakes, and Maniac was one of them. Come to Daddy,
I want to see a remake of Demon Wind. I want to see a remake of Drainiac.
Drainiac is like...
Oh, it's...
It's Scott Pilgrim levels of perfection.
It's a straight 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a solid 7 out of 5.
Solid 5 out of 7.
But the I want to see it like high budget. I want to see what people can do with it.
Can you imagine?
Hi, Mr. Plumber. Oh, you're a plumber. No, I'm an exorcist. Like, what is not to love about that?
I've only seen it once. I need to see it again.
I have seen it more times than I care to admit.
I think we should revisit it one day and do like an update anniversary show on it or something.
Fucking mint.
Oh, we should live stream it.
That'd be good.
Oh, if only you could do a Netflix party with your own shitty Poundland DVDs.
We'll figure out a way. By like 2024, when the dust has settled and we're back to normal and can actually be in the same room again, it will be time to revisit, I think.
I mean, we do have to choose to be in the same room as each other by that point. Oh, Laura, I'm sorry. I want to be in the same room as you right now, licking your little face. Do we have anything else that...
I'm still talking about Come to Daddy. We got sidetracked. We started talking about Maniac. Right, so it's one of those films where, you know, you watch a trailer and you're like, that looks really good. I hope I haven't seen, like, the cliff notes of the entire film.
Because it seems like it gives away quite a lot.
Or it doesn't. I would say the clips from the trailer are from the first half an hour of the 90-minute film.
Oh.
There's a lot of it that kind of really goes out of left field, and it's like
clips in the trailer from the build-up.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
And I'm not even going to say, like, it's not like a mind-blowing journey and like a really explosive climax or anything. It's just batshit. It's just Are you all right, Phil? Are we boring you?
Yeah. My God, what have I done? What have I done?
Sir, you are rude.
I was trying to be all like sneaky like and let you guys know that my hard drive is getting full, so I might need to wrap this up pretty quickly.
Okay, you failed. That was definitely
hanging
not
up on you.
sneaky sneaks. Yeah, no, I'm done then. Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So let's wrap this up. We have had an awesome time sitting and having a chat like we always do. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us. If you're one of our patrons, like, we love you and we appreciate every single thing that you do for us. It keeps us in hosting, which is coming up soon.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks. We will endeavour to get a proper show out as soon as we are possibly able to.
Yeah.
Now that we know that this works,
oh my God,
we should plan to get something out in the next week or two.
This has been days in the making.
Yeah. But we love you and we will see you soon. So stay spooky.
Bye.
Bye.